Hey Libra, this is your October 2018 reading. It is intended for anyone who identifies with or is interested in Libra's energy at this time. Libras, if you are specifically interested in a love reading for this time period, I did Libra season love readings already. I know we're well into your season, and I also pulled for Scorpio season in that reading as well. So it would see you through October anyway, if that's your specific area of interest right now. That said, these readings aren't designed to not be for love. In fact, most of my readings have a love message, whether it's love of self, love of others, or love of someone in particular. We are going to do a full Celtic cross today for you, Libras. So, you know, love is normally involved in some way in the readings, of almost always. I just like to leave them open to whatever messages need to come through most, as far as the monthly overviews are concerned. So, in this case, I think we may be talking about talking to Libras who, I'm talking to Libras who are putting their plans for the future on hold for some financial reason, because of a lack of resources, or it may be financial reasons, and when I say it may be a lack of resources, that could be a lack of time, a lack of energy, as well as a lack of funds, or a lack of any other type of earthly resource. Maybe you're looking for some place to live at the moment, but shopping for a new home. But in any case, it looks like plans for the future are maybe halted. There may be some of you Libras may be dealing with the fear of your own success this October 2018. It looks like you all are thinking that you'd like a break, you'd like a vacation. When your ego is quiet, you know you need one. For other Libras, you know, it's not necessarily that you're lacking finances or that you're lacking resources, as it is you just want more. You're headed towards shared emotional fulfillment in your near future. Oh, I'm sorry, you know. And ultimately, you're having trouble sacrificing someone or something, Libras. There's a mental battle going on for you concerning what I've touched on already here. So, the Two of Wands crossed with the King of Pentacles as what's representing you and what you're meeting. This is where I started. Fear of success, hesitating to make plans for your future, and probably because of a lack of resources in some way. Sorry, or just wanting more. This King of Pentacles can be showing a side of greed and selfishness, and I'm certainly not accusing any Libras of anything. I'm just putting out there what these energies represent for me. So, but it looks like needing more resources for one reason or another is definitely affecting your future plans. For some Libras, there could be a detachment, a split with an earth sign partner. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So maybe maybe you have a lack of energy or motivation to plan for your future because of a split with someone, either one of those earth signs or someone who embodies those earth sign qualities in your eyes. Grounded, practical, probably good with their resources and financial affairs. But in any case, like I said, and when your ego is quiet and your crowning thoughts, you know you need a break from this energy. Maybe a break from a lot of work lately, Libras, perhaps, for a lot of you. I think a lot of you have been experiencing anxiety about plans for the future and or this split that's been coming with this person for a long time, because the root of the situation, the foundation of the situation, is the Nine of Swords. It's anxiety, sleepless nights, worry. You can see here in the Deviant Moon Tarot this monkey on the individual's back, fear, just unnecessary worry and doubt. I know it's unnecessary because it's not helping anything, regardless of what it's about. Let's go ahead and get a clarifier deck out. I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot. I'm not sure if I told you that already, Libras, and I'm going to clarify with the SpirtSong Tarot deck by Paulina Cassidy. I will put information about all the decks used in the description of the video. Maybe there may be extra information. I noticed that's happening about decks that aren't even used. So we have the Seven of Wands in your recent past. So this anxiety that you've been feeling, yeah, for a lot of Libras, it is about we are talking about an earth sign, an earth energy. We are talking about love for a lot of Libras. But you've been feeling defensive leading up to this split, or leading up to this time where you know you need a break now from trying to collect more and more resources, whether you feel you're actually lacking or not. It may have been an Aries or a Gemini energy that you were feeling defensive with in the recent past. I don't know if this is the love interest or just someone close to you, or or it was significant Aries or Gemini energy in your own chart, Libra, that was creating that defensive attitude you've had in the recent past with someone. If you're dealing with a split currently with an earth sign, then I think that's who you were feeling defensive with in the recent past. If you're dealing with having felt a lot of anxiety for the future and now halting on making plans for the future, then, you know, I think that whomever you were feeling defensive with in the past, it may have been someone who you were talking to about your career and work situation currently, whether it was someone that you actually work with or just someone whom is close to you and is really interested in or involved in your work and career life, even if they're just a sounding board, a backboard, or a partner whom you talk to all these things about. Because, you know, the magician could be saying, you know, you felt you had all the tools you needed to create this new vision that you wanted. You had the willpower. You were ready to embark on a new plan, and maybe someone made you feel like you had to be defensive about it. You could see that you had all the tools that you needed, or you believed you did, but this other person maybe didn't agree. But as I said, in the future, you are headed toward Libra's shared emotional fulfillment. So I would say, you know, it seems that an understanding is reached if that was the case. Or if not, then I definitely see a collaboration, and probably regarding work you love to do, Libras, in the future, and that it can absolutely be what your shared emotional fulfillment is pictured there as well. That could be what this love is showing up, that you love to do this work. You love to create this work. I think it's something you're creating. In your inner world, your inner environment, you've got the Hierophant reversed. So I do think for a lot of Libras, you are missing a Taurus energy, a significant earth sign energy again in your life. As I said, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but I see specifically Taurus for a lot of Libras with the Hierophant showing up reversed here in your inner world. That could also mean that you have a deep desire to do something different from the norm, different than what people expect of you, coloring outside of the lines of societal norms. Maybe you want to start a business that's a brand new idea that no one's ever heard of before, or you got perhaps you went to school studied something and got a degree for something that, and you want to do something completely different now. No one expects that from you for that reason. Something, you know, untraditional, which completely falls in line to me with your recent past, right? You've got this idea, you've got this creation that, you know, you've got this direction you want to take yourself. You know you have all the tools that you need, but you're having to be defensive with energies around you who don't see it. Or the earth sign could also be a Virgo, specifically because I see Virgo energy too here in the Nine of Pentacles in your external world. Okay, so there is a Virgo energy who you are interacting with regarding all these things I'm talking about, your financial world, or the split, if that's the message that was here for you. And it could be both for some Libras. But I think you're seeing a lot of people around you, whether it's friends, ex-coworkers, family members, who have achieved the type of financial independence that you're looking for, or maybe who have achieved just the type of independence in general on their own outside of partnership, and you see that you too could embody that healthy energy, standing alone even after the split. For more, you know, for the other half of Libras, though, I see that other message, though, that it's about you wanting to create your own art, business, again, something very different from what you would normally do, maybe from what anyone would normally do. And you're seeing examples around you of this type of financial independence that you're really wanting to shoot for. And you know, I've got to say to you, Libras, if that's the case, you can't let anyone talk you out of it. You can't, you know, these energies that you're standing up to and being defensive with, I think they're what led you to putting a halt on your plans. They've made you question yourself enough that you're stalling on creating your destiny. When the Two of Wands is upright, I mean, this is powerful potential, and that energy is just blocked right now. Like I said, I think it's directly influenced by the energies that you've had to be defensive with in the recent past. So just remember that you believed that you had all of the tools that you needed, right? Focus on why you believed that to be true. I'm not saying not to take your break, but I think the reason that you need a break, I think what you need a break from are these energies that are making you feel defensive, because this powerful potential is to create your own destiny, whatever you see fit for your future. You absolutely have the power to do so, and you're just putting it off for a minute, some of you focusing on feeling lonely instead, but for others, just focusing on the fears surrounding your success, or not addressing some of the fears in your subconscious regarding your success, which is certainly a question. Are there reasons you're holding yourself back? Some would call it self-sabotage, but are there reasons that you don't think you can handle the success once it comes? How are you blocking yourself? We can be really sneaky about that sometimes. So there are other people around you who are making you feel defensive about this work of yours, this creation, this new business idea, this untraditional thought that you're having about how to achieve the financial independence you want. And in addition to those energies who are maybe naysayers, then there's the fact that maybe you aren't making a lot of money or resources that you need from this business, this creation yet, or you just don't have the time and energy to dedicate to it because you are getting your money and resources from somewhere else. Either way. What you're hoping for is some understanding, some empathy. You're hoping for this Queen of Cups energy. This is water energy, so it could represent a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Maybe that is an energy in your own chart that you want to completely realize and totally embody to be emotionally balanced and well at this time. But for more Libras, I see the message that it's something you're looking for outside of yourself from someone, instead of that defensive, instead of whatever energy they met you with to make you feel defensive. You're hoping for, like I said, some understanding and some empathy. Maybe this is the type of energy that you are hoping to be with. I have been talking about earth signs, but maybe it's more of a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio feel that you're looking for. I keep hearing Cancer as I'm looking at this. And I think maybe for a lot of Libras, you just need to acknowledge that. Maybe the people around you, the people closest to you, whomever that is, aren't offering you the type of emotional support that you need regarding these matters. Whether it's your, whether we're talking about your love life in this reading as well, or your financial world, or both. For a lot of you, like I said, we're talking about anxiety about the future, whether or not you can make this creation of yours come to fruition in a way that it can financially support you. And like I said at the beginning, the whole thing is resulting in a mental battle for you, and maybe even actually causing outward, external, verbal fights with those people that were making you feel like you had to be defensive with them. Maybe, but definitely a mental battle within yourself. And you'll sort that out when you know, on this break that I think you really are going to allow yourself to take. When your ego is quiet, you know you just need a break from these energies, from these decisions maybe. Definitely decisions for a lot of you. The end result, though, is the Hangman in reverse. Unable to sacrifice something. So if we're talking about a love reading where you're holding on to someone from the past, Libras, then it may be that as you're exiting October, you're still unable to let them go, at least on the path that you're on right now. But if we're talking about your career, your creation, you planning for your destiny and believing in your ability to manifest financial independence in a way that makes you happy, makes you feel free and happy. Then there's also this message here that you are no longer earthbound, Libras. You're an air sign. You may have these great and brilliant ideas that are for the future, that are for changing the world, and others naysayers may be too grounded. They may be too fixated on traditionalism and on what has already been and the way things have to be. And that does not have to define you. You are no longer earthbound. You're an air sign. You can fly. You are able to create a destiny that maybe no one else can picture. Maybe no one else that's in your surrounding circle at this time. And that doesn't mean you have to lose all of those people. You'll make those determinations. I don't see a lot of indication about that here. But, it may mean that you'll start dedicating time to more time to projects that are currently lacking energy, and less time with people who don't support those projects. Possibly, maybe that's where you could find the time and energy. Doesn't mean you have to cut them out. But why wouldn't you, pump time and energy into yourself and what you want and what you believe in, rather than people who can't see and therefore won't support your vision for your future? Again, take a break from them. Take a time out from them. Take a break. Doesn't mean that you're done with them, but they'll get the message that you put your energy into things that are worth it, and you need a certain type of support. It's not to be cold. It's not to be cold. I am a lunar Aquarian, but it's not to be cold. It's just you deserve to create your future, and you do deserve this Cancerian type of watery type of support that you're looking for. Okay. I think we will leave it at that. We're at 22 minutes. Yeah, I think we'll leave it at that for the month of October, Libras. I do hope that this reading gave you something that you didn't have when you came to it. I hope that you make very wise choices throughout October 2018, and thank you for liking and subscribing. If you are inspired to do so, I really appreciate it. Welcome, Lunarticks. Thank you for your comments, your shares, your messages. I love hearing how the reading resonated for you, and thank you for supporting me through donations and orders. I am truly grateful for each one of our energy exchanges. If you're interested in a personal reading, just scroll down to the description box below, or check out the About section of my channel. You can also email me at lunartickstarot@gmail.com. There are also autumn readings up. I told you there are Libra season readings. There are also autumn readings up. So I'll probably link both of those for you down below. Autumn readings will be an air sign reading, but they're time-stamped. You can find your individual reading, Libras. So I hope all of those can help you as you move through this month and the next couple months. And I look forward to reading again for you very soon. I love you, Libras.